Compared to conventional workplace lighting, the Illumina funnel light offers me the great advantage that the light falls exactly where I need it, right onto my workpiece.
There were 2 or 3 points that were especially important to us. One point was that we can remove the glass shield from the funnel without having to dismantle the light. That's often the problem. The glass shield gets dirty, scratched or smeared, and there are also tasks, for example color corrections, color selection, or minor works, ceramic parts or fittings, where it also makes sense to work without the glass shield, because the glass shield gets in the way and distorts the light. Furthermore,
the light has 2 arms with a simple adjustment for intensity levels. In each of the 3 intensity levels, I can dim the light independently and thus have the ability to adapt to different requirements that arise when working with various materials and surfaces. This allows me to respond much better. For example, when working with highly reflective materials, it's often better to dim the light slightly or to turn off one arm completely. If I want to see a surface contour, I dim one side a bit or turn it off entirely. This way I can respond to almost any requirement that arises when working with various and different materials.
Another important point for us was that we also wanted to design the cables in such a way which normally are permanently connected to sockets in other systems, so that when dismantling the light we can simply unplug them and then easily reconnect them afterwards. Simple and quick. It was also important to us that we paid special attention to the fact that the dental technician's workstation is opposite and the light is directed downward so that the colleague is not dazzled. The built-in lenses ensure that the light stays exactly in the work area and gently fades out up to about the middle of the table, so that the colleague sitting opposite is not dazzled by the light. This way everyone at the workstation, even without a large shelf in the middle or a big structure, can make optimal use of the light. Our Illumina is designed so that the light is installed just once and remains perfectly aligned afterwards. There's no need to adjust it anymore. The alignment of the light is optimally tuned to the work area, so no further readjustment is necessary. The arms no longer need to be constantly aimed at the workpiece I'm working on. The light always stays in the right position and firmly mounted without needing to be readjusted. Additionally, the light has a deliberately reduced blue component to counteract the curing of composites, so that the material doesn't harden prematurely while working. While I'm working on these objects, the LEDs are selected to provide especially high color rendering. With a CRI of 95, extremely precise color recognition is achieved, and color comparison in the ceramic field remains optimal. The big advantage of the Illumina, it is firmly mounted at the workstation. There are no obstructive arms that would get in the way in the work area. No additional devices are necessary, so the workspace remains free of extra equipment. Everything operates via the connection under the table. The cable runs discreetly under the table and the workstation remains clear.